Hello. Hello. How are you this morning? It's here 11 a.m. here in Dallas, Texas, and I am interviewing my son, Austin Daniel Patry, who is going to be one of the speakers at the conference that is this weekend. My goodness, if you haven't signed up and you're one of those spontaneous people who like to do things at the last minute, now's the time to come on board, because this is one of the most exciting conferences if you are interested in the future of astrology, because we're taking astrology from the ancient Vedic wisdom into the future. And one of the subjects I think that is so very appropriate for that is cryptocurrency. So Austin's going to be talking about cryptocurrency, but before we start, let me give you the details on the conference, which is, it's this weekend. It is October 5th through the 7th here in Dallas, Texas. And if you want to come on board, if you're one of those last minute spontaneous kind of exciting, strong Mars person, then you go ahead and sign up for the conference. The website is futureofastrology.com, and it's here in the YouTube. You can find all the information you need, the hotel, everything. Hey, you can get cheap airfares at the last minute. We would love to have you. It is going to be such a fun gathering. I am so excited, and I want to meet all of you. So come on board. Few days to decide, or one day, let's do it. But now I want to interview my son, who is such a cryptocurrency enthusiast. He's made me an enthusiast because it really is the wave of the future. Those of you that are unsure, unclear, consider this. We have this next generation coming up, and they are all about cryptocurrency. So with that, I'll hand it over to Austin, let him tell you a little bit about himself and why he's into cryptocurrency and the future of it. Let us know, Austin.
So the conference is called The Future of Astrology, and there's a lot of things that we're talking about, like the stock market and cryptocurrency, and how my mom uses astrology. And like my mom said, it is the future. I truly believe that. And just talking with my friends and talking to the younger generation, it's amazing how many people say, I would rather put my money towards cryptocurrency rather than the stock market, or rather than buy gold. So just put that into perspective. A lot of people who may be watching right now, you may be thinking, cryptocurrency, what is that? Or you may be thinking Bitcoin. I remember when it hit $20,000 and then it crashed, and that's the last time I've heard of it. Well, there's been a lot of very, very, very interesting things that have happened since this crash. And it was a crash. I don't mean to put that in air quotes, but an interesting thing is that this is not the worst crash that has happened in cryptocurrency. A lot of people think this is the worst thing that's ever happened. It's never going to come back. But I actually purchased my first cryptocurrency. I purchased some Bitcoin in 2014. I had an internship, I saved up, and I put it all into Bitcoin. And at the time, I was just so confident with this new technology. A lot of people didn't understand it. A lot of people still don't understand it. But I'm so confident that this is going to be the future. It's so revolutionary in so many of the technical aspects, and just the way that banks are doing things right now. There's so much inefficiencies. And I'm an entrepreneur. I have a couple of my own businesses, and I've had a lot of problems with banks. And so I'm slowly starting to see the real world use cases with Bitcoin. So I first bought some Bitcoin in 2014, and I waited until 2017 until I cashed out. And I completely forgot about it, to be honest. At some points, I'm not worrying about it. I'm not looking at it every single day like some people who invest in the cryptocurrencies are. And so when I cashed out in 2017, I bought a food truck with my cryptocurrency. And now that food truck has grown into an actual brick and mortar location on Texas Christian University, TCU's campus where I went to school. And now we have another location opening up. So I've almost created a franchise, a food business franchise that we're going to grow from my investment in cryptocurrency. And you can too. And I truly believe that it is a very, very risky investment, but it's a very profitable investment. And it's definitely a long-term investment. So in the conference, I'm going to be talking about what cryptocurrency is. So you hear all these buzzwords like Bitcoin, blockchain, mining. What does all of that mean? So I will explain that in the first part of it. And then I'm going to be talking about the future of cryptocurrency. Why do I believe it's going to be the future? Why do I believe that it could potentially take over currencies as we see them today? There's something called BACT that's been announced very recently by ICE, the Intercontinental Exchange. And if you haven't heard of them, they have massive, massive finance exchanges around the world where you can buy different assets and you can buy multiple different things. They're the parent company of the New York Stock Exchange. And it is this company, ICE, who is the biggest financial exchange in the world. They're a Fortune 500 company. They partnered with, let's see if you've heard of these companies, Starbucks and Microsoft. Those are two massive companies. All three of those companies are Fortune 500 companies. Yeah. And they're partnering up to create a cryptocurrency exchange where institutional investors, these people with a lot of money, can buy cryptocurrency and they can get it stored safely and they can sell it. They could use it as an actual currency. So a lot of people, like I said, they forgot about cryptocurrency after Bitcoin crashed after $20,000 and they thought that was the end of it. But there's so many things that are happening right now. And I'm excited to tell you all of these things at the conference about what's been happening since then, because it's, I mean, you can look it up, but it's going to take hours and days to look it up. So I've been preparing a presentation that has basically been an update of the past year and where cryptocurrencies are going in the future.
Well, and I want to say that this class that he's teaching, I'm teaching the second part of it because we are taking together the cycles used in astrology to predict where cryptocurrency is going. Plus, I'm going to be looking at certain stocks in the stock market relative to my astrological findings that predict what is the next stock and how I predict using astrology in the stock market and cryptocurrency. What are the signs? What are the planets that are most relative to predicting these cycles and these cyclic processes? This is what I'm going to take in alignment with what Austin has to say with the future of cryptocurrency. So there is so much in this class that you're going to get out of it. And I want to add, this class is on Saturday. Right after the class, we're all coming to my house to celebrate. We're going to have a big dinner with all the participants of the conference at our house, and we're just going to share ideas. This is what it's really all about, networking, bringing people together that have like-mindedness. And if you're interested in cryptocurrency, stock market, making money, who isn't interested in that? And astrology, you're not going to want to miss this. Austin and I have really done some really good work together, and we've done some webinars before that we were looking at the cycles and putting together Austin's knowledge with all of his research. But let me just say this, that some of the techniques and tools I'm using are very interesting, such as looking at the big players that have so much invested in Bitcoin, the Winklevoss twins, for example, looking at Ethereum, and also XRP, which is Ripple. I can look at the charts of the people who are the CEOs, the initiators, and we'll see where this is going. This is how I predict with the cycles. But not only that, cryptocurrency has not been around so long. And there's many things that I'm discovering that I can put into the charts, such as when they came into being, the birth charts of cryptocurrency, such as Bitcoin. The other thing I'm looking at is the first trade charts in the stock market for certain stocks. This is how we're going to see what stocks are going to take off. and also looking at the cycle of the economy and the stock market and how it's going to go up and down. These are all really fascinating ways that we can better understand these cycles and benefit from them. So what else would you like to add to all of that, Austin, in what you're going to be talking about?
Well, I'm just looking at the comment section right now, and I see a couple of people are saying that I've thought about getting into cryptocurrency for years, but I don't know enough about it, and I feel uncomfortable putting my money towards something that I don't understand, which is a great logic. You shouldn't put your money in something you don't understand. Just because other people are doing it doesn't mean that you should just throw your money at it. And so that's really the point of this explanation that I'm going to do for my presentation. I really want to simplify things best I can so that everyone can understand and walk away from that presentation understanding what Bitcoin, what blockchain is, and then having a better and more confident knowledge in all of these different types of cryptocurrencies, and having a better understanding of how it can affect our future. And there's even things like blockchain, which isn't only for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. It can be applied to every different industry in the world. And we're going to focus in on cryptocurrency and the blockchain behind it. But I'm reading these and I see people like Regina, who I've actually helped. I've done cryptocurrency consultations for a lot of my mom's clients. And basically what that is we hop on a call together. I explain things one-on-one for you, and I kind of walk you through process of if you do want to invest. And one thing to always keep in mind is to never put money that you can, to always put money that you can afford to lose into cryptocurrency. It's like I said, very risky investment, but it can be very profitable. So there's a lot of things to keep in mind. And hopefully during my presentation and after my presentation, you'll have a much better understanding of things. And like my mom said, we're going to be having an after party here at our house. And so we can talk more on a personal level about maybe how you can incorporate cryptocurrency into your life or into your profession, or how you can incorporate blockchain into your life or profession. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to meet everyone and to interact. We're going to have a lot of question and answer time too. And that's really when you learn. You can go on YouTube and you can watch videos, you can read a book, and you can get a lot of knowledge, but having someone there who you can interact with a question and answer, that's when you can really learn.
I agree. And I have to say, it's always on the off times at all the astrological conferences that I learn the very most. And I think also we're building friendships, and we can support and empower each other. This is like why I wanted to have this conference where we're all coming together, like-minded minds, to create friendships that we can support and help one another in the future. So remember, for those of you that just came on, we're talking about the Dallas Astrology Conference. It's called Future of Astrology. The website's futureofastrology.com. It's this weekend, October 5th through the 7th. Please come on board. If you're on the fence, you've just got a few days or one day to decide. Come on, all of you heavy Mars people, because I know how impulsive and impatient and spontaneous you can be. So do you want to take some of the questions now, Austin? I know we have a lot of questions about what we're going to be talking about.
And I see someone asked, am I a financial advisor? Thank you for saying that, because disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor of any sort. This is not financial advice. This is just my opinion and from everything that I've experienced in my life and how I view things and how I see things going.
Very good.
Okay, let's look at some of these questions. Someone asked how you can contact me. I do have a website for cryptocurrency consulting. It's called getthosecryptos.com. So it's GETTHOSECRYPTOS.com. I think I spelled that right. When will the conference videos be uploaded? Should just be
They're going to be probably a couple of days right after the conference. And I'm glad you asked that, because we are going to be selling the videos. The whole conference will be video recorded, and the PowerPoints, you'll get everything. So also that can be obtained on my website in the future, which will be galacticcenter.org. Plus, we'll still have the website up for the conference, futureofastrology.com.
And one thing that I do want to say too, in my presentation, I'm not going to be pushing, this is why you should invest in Bitcoin, or this is why you should invest in cryptocurrency, because some people, it might not be for everyone. And I totally understand that. And I don't think it is for everyone. And I just want to really explain cryptocurrencies, because this whole conference is about how we can potentially maybe predict the future, but how we can see the future and things that we can see right now that can be applied to the future. And so really, I want to just more informative of how and what is cryptocurrency and how you can potentially get involved, or if you just walk away with knowing a lot more about cryptocurrency and you can help explain things, or when cryptocurrency does start to actually happen in the real world, then you'll have a much better understanding and a head start over everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what other comments do we have? JMDP asks, do all cryptocurrencies have decent use cases, or are some of them better than others? And will you be discussing that as well at the conference as well? Yes, there are so many cryptocurrencies. I think there's well over 2,000 now different cryptocurrencies. And some of them, to be honest, are scams. Some are trash, and some are really useful. Some actually do have real world use cases. But the thing is, all of these cryptocurrencies are so new that it's really tough to even see whether or not they've been working on is going to work or not. Like, they don't have an actual product that they can show for yet, because they're just developing and they're coding and they're figuring everything out, doing test runs. And so far it's starting to come out now, kind of who is more legitimate than the other cryptocurrencies, and who's actually been working and who's actually just been taking people's money. So that's definitely something we'll talk about as well. Jesse's on the fence. He's a Scorpio moon.
Ruled by Mars.
Let's see what else. In my Vedic ascendant, I have Taurus, Jupiter, 11th house, and K2 second house is not good, because K2's in second house. We need more videos about K2 and Rahu in the 8th house.
Well, I want to address that, because these are the houses of money. And if you have K2 in the second house, it's not always bad. Remember, the nodes of the moon are power spots. And that means you've got Rahu in the 8th house if you have K2 in the second house, which means money comes to you through other people, such as inheritance and things like that. But I will say this, whoever has either Rahu or K2 in the second or the 8th house, their life will revolve around issues with money, because the nodes of the moon are where our karma and our destiny are. And it's about learning about money.
Someone asked, if Sun conjunct many planets, that means the planets are very weak and unhealthy because the sun burns them?
That's called combustion, when planets are too close to the sun. And there's such a thing called Cassimi. If they're the same degree as the sun, they infuse the sun with their power, and the sun will emit that planetary energy, such as Oprah Winfrey has Venus Cassimi the sun. And, this gives her her wealth, her power to speak. But yes, some of the planets can be weakened by being too close to the sun. That's called combustion.
And Regina asked, with Venus in its strongest sign going retro, do you think that will keep crypto prices from rising until it goes direct, fast forward, or no change?
I think it's going to intensify cryptocurrency. And there's one that I think is becoming very empowered by Venus being retrograde in Libra. Because remember, when planets are retrograde, they're closest to the Earth. Therefore, what their energy is about is what we have to really focus in on. That's what a retrograde is about. Look, pay attention, review, reassess. Everything with RE, reflect. That's when a planet goes retrograde. That's what we're looking at. But Venus going retrograde in one of our webinars that Austin and I did before, as I was putting together my PowerPoint for this class, I realized some of the predictions for a certain cryptocurrency that really took off recently. I said that September would be the month that this currency would really take off. I'm going to go into that in greater detail because I made that prediction and it's happening.
Anyone else have any other questions? I don't see any more. Nope. Regina did say there's a congressional hearing scheduled for next week on cryptos. There's a lot of talk with the ETF of Bitcoin, which is the exchange traded fund, which means that you can buy Bitcoin on the stock market. And they've been trying to get this for a while now, but they keep disapproving it. They're not approving it, but each time they're getting closer and closer and closer with regulation. And I think when that goes through, crypto is going to go through the roof. And then, like I said, this company called Bakkt, which is the New York Stock Exchange parent company, ICE, Starbucks, and Microsoft all working together. They're going to all launch this program, this exchange, in November. So that's a time to keep an eye on and look out for.
Wow, that's amazing. So I believe that this is the beginning. And when you come on to anything in the beginning, you know, that's when you're going to really benefit. So this is at its early stages, its infancy, and this is the future. So now's the time to learn about it, to see if this is something that you feel works for you. And another thing is, don't look at this as a get rich quick kind of scheme, because it's not about that. You know, when Austin first got into Bitcoin, he bought it, he forgot about it for years. And then all of a sudden, whoa, look where it went to, and he benefited. So, you know, if you're getting into this, realize you have to be in it for the long haul, because we're in the infancy. You're not going to, you know, this is not the lottery, and we don't treat it as such. So, but this is the beginning, and it's so necessary, because I predicted a long time ago, it was 2008. I said this was the time of, I wrote about this. This was the time that was the true awakening, where we were going to start exchanging money in a different way. I really didn't know what I was talking about, but this is what I foresaw in the planets. And come to find out, 2008 is when Bitcoin initiated into the world. And everyone thought it was a joke, but look where it's headed, because people, you know, people don't like things that they don't understand. And, you know, that goes for astrology too. You know, you open your mind to understand what's out there in the world. You will have more knowledge, you will be more informed, and you will have more wisdom, and you will prosper. So open your mind. And once again, I would love to meet you. So please, if you're passionate about astrology, if you're passionate about cryptocurrency or anything that brings astrology from the past, from the ancient wisdom to the future, this is the weekend to come on board, because we're all coming together with open hearts and open minds. And this is going to be an experience you'll never forget. It could potentially change your life. So hopefully you'll take this seriously and come to Dallas, and we will have a celebration of minds coming together. So with that, you have anything else to say, Austin?
Nope. We'll answer just one more question real quick. Kiesha was asking how much the conference costs, and then we can sign off.
Okay, so the conference right now is $497. It's for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And with that, dinner is free, of course, part of the package at my house Saturday night. And let me just tell you, Friday, I'm going to do a half-day workshop on all of my secrets that I have ascertained throughout my many, many years being in astrology. I'm sharing all of my secrets that day in a half-day workshop. That evening, I'm going to give my world predictions for 2019 to 2020, what to expect in the economy, everything that's going to be happening. And I have some very riveting things that I'm going to discuss and tell everyone for the first time Friday night. And then get ready, because there's classes all day Saturday, celebration at our house Saturday night, Sunday classes all day. You are going to learn so much. Go check out the conference. We have the speakers, we have the schedule, we have the price, and the hotel, which is a beautiful hotel. It's the DoubleTree here in Dallas, Galleria location. Everything's on the website, how you can check into the hotel, how you can register for the conference. So go to the website, which is futureofastrology.com. So with that, anything else you ready to close?
And for all the people who are on the fence, I know this is going to put them over the edge. The Texas State Fair is also happening during this weekend. And the Texas State Fair is, I think it's the biggest state fair in the country.
It actually started all the state fairs here in Texas, in Dallas. There's actually a movie, My State Fair, with Anne Margaret that came out in the 60s, and it was all about our state fair. And actually, Ronnie Gildryer, she's coming. She's so excited to go to the state fair, and so is your dad.
Yeah. It's a fun event. There's college football. It's very American.
Well, let me just tell you what a big deal it is in Dallas. The State Fair of Texas is in Dallas, and they used to give us free tickets in grade school and the day off school, so that we all went to the State Fair of Texas.
Yeah, we had State Fair Day.
We did. So I don't know if any other state does that, but it's such a big deal. So anyway, if you're on the fence, yes, we'll go to the State Fair with you on Monday.
And yep, there's dancing, Regina. There's everything. There's animals, there's dancing, there's games, there's roller coasters, everything.
Yeah, we're game to have fun. So come to Texas, and if you can even go to Fort Worth if you want to see the cowboys, the stockyards. Hey, we really do have cowboys here. Yeah. Okay. All right. Anything else, guys? No. All right. I think we've given you a lot to think about. So come on board. We'd love to meet everyone. Come to Dallas, and love to meet everyone. So thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye.